Every single day, Game Freak, the Pokemon company, Nintendo, they are making Generation 10 even better. And in today's video, we have a lot of just random topics to go over. We have leaks, we have news, we have updates, we have theories. Like, seriously, just a huge dump video. And I firstly wanted to talk about this. So, Ball Guy posted Fly Sato Fly. And basically what this is a scrapped Pokemon. Obviously, it's a scrapped bird Pokemon. It kind of does look like a fish flying bird Pokemon, right? And I believe this is from Soul Silver Art, this artwork right here where he kind of like made it just look more neat. You can tell that is literally a fish. And the reason why I'm even bringing this up is because Ball Guy posted it, who has been very reputable in the leak space. He's been getting stuff correct like back to back to back. And I find it very interesting. Like, why would he even bother to post this unless maybe one of the Gen 10 Pokemon is actually gonna bring this idea back of a fish flying bird Pokemon? And also just think about it, winds and waves. This would literally be the perfect Pokemon to fit in both of those titles. Soul Silver Art then saying, you know Sato, but do you know Chunky Sato? Maybe some of the biggest We Want news that we may get this year. Maybe this is a tease for our first leak Gen 10 Mon. Flying fish are stunning. This is one of my least favorite beta Mons, but if they reworked it, and the design is weird, but I kind of like it, man. I could totally see this being a fan favorite if they do kind of make it, I guess, cuter or more hardcore. Could be either way. And if you guys don't want to miss all the big Generation 10 wins and waves, leaks, news and updates, Pokedex stuff, battle evolution stuff, like literally everything with Pokemon as a whole, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hype up the video if you don't mind. Tell me to reach my goal of 50,000 subscribers. Any support goes such a long way. All right, now let's get to all of the other insane information we have today. This game, like I've been saying, may actually be the biggest Pokemon game of all time. We've been talking a lot about the second trailer for the game, which should be very, very soon. I'm going to quickly talk about that in this video because most of you guys have probably heard me talk about it already. But more specifically within these, next trailers, the second, the third, the fourth trailer, and when the game comes out, we will have some big reveals. Brand new Pokemon, a brand new battle evolution gimmick, some quick things from the Terra leak, which if you haven't heard of that, it's a huge leak of a ton of information with Pokemon. The battle evolution gimmick will be weather related. We will have procedurally generated islands, which may or may not still happen. I've heard rumors of that actually being scrapped, or rumors that it may be still happening. The seed Pokemon that's going to evolve differently to get different traits based on the islands that you actually do go to. And then apparently 18 gym challenges. So that's more than the typical 8 gyms. 18 would be crazy. Probably would be one for each and every single type. Different story endings based on how much you actually complete before going to the end game. So this game seems like it's going to be very, very in-depth. Okay, so like the Terra League did say, 18 different gyms. You could assume that would be for every single one of the existing types that we currently have, right? But what if, just what if there is a new type? This has been a huge debate and a huge discussion, and I think it's possible because the what if we did get that brand new type that would introduce a brand new evolution. We've talked about real hints, like actual hints of a brand new evolution being in this game. So a new type would probably introduce a brand new evolution with that said typing, and this would be crazy. So the fairy type really would be different from a light type because they have definitely hinted the light type like crazy in just past Pokemon games, and I think it could be some sort of brand new type or a subtype or something. Fairies are much more mischievous and morally ambiguous, and only on occasion have any relation to light or goodness, basically only having Dazzling Gleam and Shinotic as a light connection. Fighting type is actually more of the justice type in nature, good versus evil. That's why it's strong against dark, evil type. Psychic type is de facto light and cosmic alien type in my opinion. Space Pokemon and light seem to be very connected in Game Freak's minds, which is what leads the intelligent cosmic space beings to also be connected to the physical light of stars and the planets in the sky. And it is interesting because a cosmic and a light type, people have been wanting these forever. Would they just be the same thing, or would they be two completely different things? Sound could be a subtype of the normal type. The light type could be a subtype of psychic and sometimes maybe electric, and then a food type could be a subtype of fairy, maybe sometimes a grass type, because they also love to give us food Pokemon. We definitely are going to get some new food Pokemon in this game. I want to know your crazy thoughts, your crazy theories of a potential new food Pokemon, but I think Game Freak made this on purpose, and I don't think they'll change it anytime soon. So what do you guys think? Do you think the light, the food, cosmic type, would these all just basically be subtypes within currently existing types? They just gave us DJ Rotom, that would definitely be a sound type Pokemon because people do definitely want a sound type, but there is that big debate, would the normal type just be the sound type? I also have had like very light leaks and then mostly rumors about a yellow Shellos happening in this game. I think it's possible. We have had actual big hints of that happening in Pokemon, and I talked about that, so I won't dwell on it this video, but I forgot to mention that there is a sea bunny in real life that's basically a slug that literally looks like Pikachu and it is yellow. And this is a picture from Pokopia. There's literally a Pikachu couch in the back with Shellos. If that itself is not a hint, I don't know what else is. But what is interesting with this game, it is a huge map. This is a leaked picture of the map, and it's gonna be a massive map. So there is a lot of water, but what is really cool, we probably will have seamless ocean travel. So no loading time in between different islands, meaning like quite literally you could set sail on a Pokemon or maybe on a boat. I think we actually have had leaks about there being like little boats in this game. I'm not 100% sure on that, but just traveling to the next island in real time where you do not have to have a loading screen, and that would be great. We will definitely have weather in this game too, dynamic weather changing, you know, have winds, we will have, well, waves, we will have rain, we'll definitely have like clouds and stuff with the storms and everything. That would be so cool. And the underwater area in Winds and Waves is technically gonna be considered a separate zone apparently, which would allow the shiny Pokemon to phase in and out, basically just like how it was in Legends ZA, where you could go in a wild zone and then go out and reset the Pokemon. Now that's gonna be really interesting for shiny hunting, as every single Pokemon game has an entirely new method of shiny hunting, and I think this would be really cool. The underwater zones will be insane. You could see in the trailer of Winds and Waves, we got to dive underwater, and that is a real teaser, especially since Luminion is there. If you guys haven't been following the Terra leak and the videos and stuff, Luminion was one of the first leaked Pokemon in the game actually underwater. We also have had leaks of, you know, being able to dive underwater, and the trailer confirms that. I'm wondering if we will have environmental abilities, like maybe if it's windier out, we will have flying types have a boost, or like maybe if the water, like the waves are going crazy, you know, the current is going insane, maybe water type Pokemon can get a boost or a buff in their stats as well for a temporary time. Like the terrain and all the weather isn't just kind of cosmetic or just aesthetic anymore. Like it could potentially actually change the way we battle Pokemon in this game. This would be something very in-depth though, and kind of something that I don't know if they could really pull off or if they would even want to pull that off. But could you imagine if the weather around us would actually change the abilities and stats of our Pokemon or other Pokemon, you know, because we could be going against the water type that would get their stats boosted. What is super interesting about this game is the storyline does not necessarily seem super linear. Like obviously there is a beginning and there is an end to this game, but it seems like we could kind of pick up where we want. That's kind of like how Pokopia is to an extent. Like you can kind of do several different little activities and like main actual missions at the same time. Like you don't have to be doing everything just in one line. This game, Winds and Waves, may actually have different endings depending on how we actually played the game. Like real leaks about you actually like not having to do certain things to actually reach a certain point in this game. But of course, if you do those things, you will have more to do in the game. Like you will unlock extra content and stuff like that, which would be really cool, but that would give us real consequences for the decisions that we make in this game. And I feel like those are things that we could also see in the second trailer. Like those are things they can hint and tease at in the second trailer, like with the weather boost, because maybe that weather stuff, like I said, maybe that's only specifically if you are using this new like Majin gimmick or whatever the heck it's called. That's the code name for it currently, is Majin. But maybe you could use this ability, and then that's when the weather around us may start to change and boost that specific Pokemon. And now talking about this procedurally generated island, so basically that wouldn't be like everybody's main island. This is more so the smaller islands around the map, meaning like little random small islands where just totally random Pokemon would spawn and items and stuff would actually change and be a little bit different for everyone's game, making it just that much more unique for everybody's playthrough, as well as that the seed Pokemon is also a different unique Pokemon that will apparently change based on how you play the game, like a one-off Pokemon that literally will look different for everyone's game. And this is where that gets tricky too, because I've also heard leaks and rumors about them scrapping the seed Pokemon as well, because we also literally do have the codename Pokemon Seed, which is a totally different game. The Pokemon MMO is what Pokemon Seed is, but this seed Pokemon is a specific Pokemon in the game. It is so confusing, guys. It's so bizarre. But like I said earlier, this game, they are hiding stuff. I think that they are hiding some big reveals. I think this could also maybe be kind of like a soft reboot of Pokemon as a whole, because Generation 5 was in a way a soft reboot. and it sparked so much creativity in my opinion. So with that being said, I think that they are really focusing on this game to make it something completely new, but also, you know, a Pokemon game that we all know and love. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that Nintendo as a whole have been dropping so many things recently. Like this year, we've had tons of games, we've had tons of announcements, tons of like live streams, live events. We've had the Mario movie, we've had so many big other Nintendo games being leaked, and I have been breaking that all down on the second channel, but that got me to thinking with this video specifically, their strategy. They are going at this extremely strategically, meaning like they're not just going to put all their eggs in one basket. They're not going to announce everything at one time. Right now, the focus is on Mario, and that's just the truth. So with that being said, soon is Pokemon time, because we had big focus on Pokemon the first, 2 months of this year, and then after Pokemon Day, it's been heavy focus on Mario. I think next is probably going to be a big focus on maybe Zelda, because we've had big Zelda leaks. After that has got to be more Pokemon. They have said the 30th anniversary is going to be year-round, and there will be another Pokemon Presents in the summertime. That's when we get into the big stuff. That's when we're going to get to the real big announcements, the real big reveals for this game, because this game is not coming out this year. It's coming out next year, meaning they're going to have to actually reveal some cool things to like keep up the hype. Could be the starter Pokemon, could be more of the region, could be the gimmick. Definitely many characters they got to reveal. Think about it, guys. This is a brand new region. It's not like Legend Z, how pretty much everybody in that game, they're going to have to reveal it all. They are hiding some big things behind the scenes. The stakes are huge, and I feel like my hopes are pretty high, but I'm trying to like lower them a little bit just because I don't want to be disappointed. We had Soul Silver Art talking about Brout's evolution, because we have Decidueye and Blaziken, which people say are some amazing evolutions. So Brout, obviously being another bird Pokemon starter, what is he gonna look like? I could totally see him being on 2 feet, which I think would make sense because he already is on 2 feet. But Soul Silver Art saying Game Freak has high expectations for this Pokemon specifically. And then we do have this account, which I don't know. This account's all over the place. I don't know if they're real. I don't know if they're just completely false. But they posted like a meme saying, well, Danny kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet. And a lot of people, and what I think that means is Brout might get a steel type. It might be a grass and a steel type, because we've heard many leaks about that specifically, how he might actually be based on a windmill. Very interesting. So Brout could be a grass and a steel type. Let me know what type you think Brout is going to be on its third stage evolution. Or they could even base some of these third stage evolution Pokemon on some scrap Pokemon. So these are real scrap Pokemon. And dude, I gotta be honest, they look great. That would be actually sick. And same with Brout, could be one of these two Pokemon right here. I think it would be a little bit different though. Like, I don't think it would literally be this or that. I think it would be a brand new Pokemon inspired by these if they were to go down that route. And here specifically is that leaked peanut Pokemon. Like, this is an actual scrapped real Pokemon from Generation 6, and I wish this happened. I absolutely love this Pokemon. Anyways, I hope you did enjoy this video. Once again, this is just kind of one of those dump videos where there's just so much random information to talk about. Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories, and if you are a real one watching this far in the video, comment down below your favorite flying type Pokemon of all time. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.